Moving to Germany. What you should prepare before you arrive. Moving to Germany does not begin on the day you arrive. Visa matters, relocation, housing, administrative steps, and long-term planning should ideally be clarified in advance to save time, reduce costs, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. Many people assume that they can simply arrive in Germany and sort everything out step by step. In reality, things are usually more complicated. A move to Germany is not just about travel or paperwork. It often involves visa questions, relocation planning, finding accommodation, registration, administrative procedures, and important personal or professional decisions that are all connected. If these matters are not considered early enough, the result can be a great deal of lost time, extra costs, and avoidable stress. Why preparation before coming to Germany matters. In Germany, many important processes are linked to one another and often need to happen in a certain order. In some cases, visa or residence matters need to be clarified first. In other situations, housing, registration, or professional planning should be considered before taking the next step. The problem is that without proper preparation, people often make early decisions that later turn out to be difficult or expensive to correct. What seems like a small decision at the beginning can have long-term consequences. Before moving to Germany, it is helpful to think about questions such as, what is the purpose of the move? What kind of residence status or visa may be required? Where will the person live during the first months? What administrative steps will be necessary after arrival? Which decisions should be made before coming, and which ones are better made after arrival? These questions should not be treated separately. They should be considered as part of one overall plan. Why it is not enough to focus on only one issue. Many people concentrate on only one urgent topic, such as the visa, the apartment search, or a business setup. But in practice, these issues are rarely isolated. For example, relocation without proper planning can create problems with registration and daily life. Trying to solve housing too late can delay other necessary steps. And making important legal, financial, or personal decisions too quickly can create difficulties that affect the entire move. That is why it is important to look at the whole situation, not just one part of it. Relocation and visa questions should be clarified early. For foreigners moving to Germany, relocation and visa matters should ideally be reviewed before arrival, not after. The same is true for practical questions related to settling in. Living in Germany long-term requires more than simply entering the country. People often need a realistic plan for accommodation, registration, administrative appointments, personal documents, and the first period of adjustment. If these matters are left unresolved until after arrival, the process can become much more stressful and time-consuming. This is especially true for people who are moving to Germany for the first time and are not yet familiar with local procedures. Important issues to review in advance may include the most suitable residence or visa strategy, the likely sequence of administrative steps after arrival, relocation planning and temporary or long-term accommodation, realistic expectations for the first weeks and months in Germany, decisions that should be avoided until more information is available. Early decisions can have serious consequences. One of the biggest mistakes is underestimating how much early decisions matter. In Germany, first decisions often shape everything that follows. If someone signs the wrong contract, chooses the wrong arrangement, overlooks an important administrative requirement, or moves forward without proper planning, the consequences may go far beyond inconvenience. In some cases, the impact is not only financial or administrative. It can also affect stability, peace of mind, family life, and the overall success of the move. That is why preparation is not simply about efficiency. It is also about reducing risk. Moving to Germany is not about speed, but about direction. Many people feel pressure to move quickly and make fast decisions. But when it comes to moving to Germany, speed is often less important than direction. A well-prepared move is usually far more successful than a rushed one. Clear information, realistic expectations, and good timing can prevent many of the problems that people face during the first months in Germany. The goal should not be to do everything as quickly as possible. The goal should be to make the right decisions at the right time. Why Aec-Berlin can help. Moving to Germany involves much more than filling out a few forms. It requires a practical understanding of local procedures, realistic planning, and a clear sense of what should be prepared before arrival. Aec-Berlin supports foreigners who are planning their move to Germany by helping them think through the process in a structured and realistic way. This includes not only individual administrative questions, but also broader considerations such as relocation, preparation, timing, and early decision-making. The key is often not just solving one immediate problem, but understanding the overall sequence and avoiding unnecessary mistakes from the beginning. With the right preparation, the move to Germany can become more stable, more efficient, and much less stressful. Conclusion: a move to Germany does not begin on the day of arrival. It begins much earlier with preparation, planning, and informed decisions. Visa matters, relocation, accommodation, registration, and other key questions should ideally be considered together, not one by one and not too late. The first decisions can influence not only administrative outcomes, but also daily life, stability, and long-term success in Germany. That is why the most important step is not to rush. It is to prepare properly from the start.